How's it going, guys? This is Patrick, and it is good to be back making a video. Last week I made a complete video, had everything ready for you guys, and I accidentally deleted it. And I'm very spontaneous, so when I make a video, I don't remember anything I talked about. I need to do a better job about leaving or saving an outline and overall backing up my videos, but these are the things that happen when first time experiences, so I've learned. I hope you like my bed. I've tried to get you guys some good lighting, and so I was in the living room and it was kind of dim, so I thought this would be better, that way you can see me. But I want to start it off and first say I am so appreciative, so thankful for all of you guys that continue to watch my videos, spread the word, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my actual Facebook page. It's meaningful when I get messages saying thank you for doing what you're doing, I really appreciate it, or I have a question, or I need some advice. I don't mind. I feel so honored to be able to assist you and help. As I kick this that's in the way. Okay, so I just feel so honored to be able to do what I do and to just be real and to be honest. And for me, it's therapeutic. Also, it helps me. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that I'm helping other people, and that's, what I want to do in life. I want to be there for people. I want to help people. And so yeah. So I have almost 100 subscribers on YouTube. I'm only like a couple hundred video views short of having 2,000 views. And if you haven't really watched my videos, I can tell you that I started this in December. So for me personally, to have almost 100 subscribers, hundreds of good comments, not hundreds, but good amount of comments, good interaction with my, I guess you can say my fans. I don't think I'm that big or doing that much, but I'll say my friends, my family. Getting messages from you guys, my friends, and also just getting the good feedback, having the likes on Facebook, having the support. It feels good. It really does feel good because I've been through a lot in the past year, and if you've been diagnosed with HIV or if you've gone through tough times, I think you can also agree that tough times are tough. And when you get good feedback and you're realizing that you're doing something that's meaningful, it just makes your day so much better. So yeah, so that's how I feel about that. So for a couple of you, I'm going to give you a brief update because I feel like some people aren't really watching all my videos. Sidebar: if you're just getting into my videos, go back to the beginning, like the first video, where I talk about why I'm coming out doing this, how I found out I was HIV positive. Watch my videos. I'll kind of do another brief overview now, but I want to get through it very quickly. So December 1st, 2012, I was diagnosed, which is World AIDS Day. I was diagnosed with HIV. I was tested positive for HIV. A week, or pretty much I think a week later, I was pretty much confirmed to have HIV. I started medications on January 26th. Now I'm completely healthy today. I have an undetectable viral load. My CD4 count is rising. I've had support of my friends and family. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about a couple things today. I want to talk about how my parents took the news, how after I've come out about being HIV positive, I guess you could say publicly, how my friends and family have dealt with the news, how I disclosed to people, and maybe some other things. But I will say first off, as an apology, I do apologize publicly for not really giving my parents the heads up I was coming out about this. They took the news. They were kind of upset because people were calling them, asking them questions like, what's going on with your son? I read his blog, and da-da-da-da. My parents didn't have a heads up. So Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, I am sorry. There's no excuse for not telling you. I just kind of had a very ADD spontaneous moment, and it just happened. So sorry, folks. So I kind of got a couple texts and emails about people being upset that I didn't tell them. Even some family members. And, I love my family and my friends. I love them to death, regardless of how long it's been since we've talked. But like many people who go through things and many people who have specifically been diagnosed with HIV, it's something that it's a confidence breaker. I was one of the most confident people that you would have ever met. And HIV completely just broke that down. It's a work in progress, but I can say that when I found out, I only told the people at that time who I knew that would physically be there for me, and 100% mentally be there for me, because that is a lot to go through. And you know, the people that I told, I think I made the right decisions. Did make a decision in telling someone who didn't have any business knowing, but I think in life we all make mistakes and we learn from them. But you know, I told my parents, I told my best friend, I told the person I was dating. So, and these are people that I see on a daily basis. I also have a great friend on the West Coast, and I told him as well, but that's because for me, he was very much like a spiritual guide. I mean, I felt like he was a person that really set me straight, and he has continued to do that, and I've known him for years now. So the people that I disclosed to were for a reason. So if you feel like I didn't tell you and you think that it was rude, it was not. Imagine having to deal with such news and be so paranoid about how people are going to treat you and being scared if you're going to be accepted or not. Understand that. Try to walk a day in my shoes on the thoughts that I went through before you make judgments. Just saying. So, you know, some people were upset that the fact that I didn't disclose to them. And now that I did, you know, I think a lot of people get over it. But, you know, don't be upset about it. My thing is, and please don't be sorry for me. You know, stuff happens in life. Even if you break a leg, even if you catch the flu, even if you lose your job, you know, don't be sorry for me. This is something that happened, and for every action, there is the equal but opposite reaction. So for my negative actions, or I would say for every action is a reaction. So for my poor choices in life, I have poor decisions I have to deal with, or negative decisions that I have to deal with. And for me, I completely understand that, you know, and it's kind of like you have to either continue to live or die. And don't be sorry for me, you know. You can say, hey, you know I can only imagine how you feel, or, you know, hey, the most I want to hear from people is, hey, I'm not going to treat you any differently. I love you for who you are. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to educate others, and I'm going to learn from your mistake. I'm going to learn and pass this on so people won't be in the same position, or myself, I won't be in the same position that you've been in. And that's what I want. Don't be sorry for me. That makes me feel like I'm dying or something. I'm on my deathbed. I mean, we all, our clocks are counting down, but don't make me die by the age of 30. So yeah. So that's kind of a subject, you know. Don't be sorry for me, and don't be upset if I didn't disclose to you. Imagine carrying such a burden and being so afraid to tell people. And that's kind of where that angle is at. Like, as I publicly disclosed, that was to let everybody know. I wasn't trying to be biased to anybody. I wasn't trying to give anyone any preferential treatment. I just wanted everyone to know. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I mean, imagine my life going on right now. I have a lot of things going on. And not to make any excuses, but I got a lot going on. I'm busy. So sorry if I didn't reach out to you. I really don't know what to tell you, except understand it, walk a day in my shoes, and let's keep it moving. The future is the future, the past is the past. So now that I've addressed that, I'm going to move on. So, what can I say? I do have pants on, by the way. What can I say? So I really wanted to touch a few things. People have been asking me, how do I disclose about me being HIV positive? And I will tell you that now I'm becoming a little bit more blunt about it. If it's somebody I like, for instance, like somebody I really think would be an awesome friend, well, first off, let me back up. Generally, at this point right now, if you want to be my friend, you have to know. Because I don't want people talking behind my back. I don't need people gossiping. I don't do that. So pretty much all the friends I've met so far, I've pretty much disclosed. I mean, there are some professional friends that I know that I have not disclosed to, and that was because of fear of rejection. But if we meet up and they bring up the subject, I'll tell them. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. Just the same as me being gay. I'm not ashamed of being gay. I am who I am. I've been placed on this earth the way I am. I remember having feelings for guys since I was a little kid. So these are things that I've known constantly, and HIV is something that I have, and I'm not ashamed of it. No, I mean, I didn't get it by being promiscuous. I mean, I think that's the stigma that's associated with HIV and AIDS. I mean, people think that people who get HIV are people who sleep around and they don't care about themselves and all these things, and that's far from the truth. I mean, completely it is. So, which leads me to my other thing, well, let me finish my question. So people ask me how I disclose, and generally, there's a couple ways. If I'm texting a friend or I'm texting somebody, I generally say, hey, well, I need to let you know, I need to tell you something. And they usually say, hey, what? And I'm like, I'll send a link to my blog. And I'll usually use like a short link, which is just not like the whole blog spelled out. It's just like kind of like a short, like WP dot something, and it's like a little short link. And then they can read it themselves. If it's somebody I feel a little bit more comfortable with, one of my friends, I had a couple of glasses too many of wine, and one night I just sent him a message and said, hey, there's something I want to tell you, and I feel like I need to tell you so our friendship can grow. I'm HIV positive. And he was so supportive. So for me, it's like I'd rather know who's on board and who's not on board rather than, waiting. Let's say I make a friend, we've been friends for 2 years, and I tell them, and then they just disappear. I would be hurt because I invested 2 years of my life being a good friend for somebody just to find out that that person is so closed-minded. So now I just tell people. I can't really speak much on dating because I just actually kind of been in a shaky in and out relationship that basically ended recently. So for me, dating, I haven't really stepped out there, but I can tell you straight up that I would be completely open because, again, I'm the kind of person that I guess it's bad or it's good. I get emotional. I get attached, and because I'm just such a loving person, and I love people regardless of who they are, where they're from, what they've been through, and I don't discriminate. I'm an equal opportunity friend. I'm an equal opportunity dater. I don't discriminate, and so based on that, I just tend to love people for who they are. And when someone disappoints me, I'm left heartbroken. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So, interesting fact about me. So, another question someone asked me was, why do I do this? Why do I do these videos? And it's simple. I do these videos because I basically want people to know that, one, if you have HIV, there's no shame in having it. And to know you have a brother that, I call it, we're all family, so you have a brother who is going through the same things that you have gone through or that you're going through. Someone you can relate to, someone that you can always talk to, a shoulder to lean on if you need a shoulder to lean on. Just all of those things, I have been through a lot. And, especially, this is kind of a special shout out to a special friend of mine's, a couple. I mean, you guys, I know, people who have had the virus for years know how tough it can be. I'm not saying I'm going to sit on my little high chair and say I've been having HIV for years so I know everything. I don't. I can tell you that right now. I do not. But I can say that I'm in a position now where I can publicly and just freely talk about the things that I go through. I do deal a lot with being down a lot. I have good days. I have bad days. I have days that I want to be around people. I have days that I don't want to look at a person. I just want to stay at home and just be by myself. I have days that I just I don't know. I just have days that I am just a person just wants to back away from the world. Some days I'm a person I want to be out there. So I completely understand what you're going through. Sometimes I fear, what am I doing? Is it going to affect me in the long run? Some days I'm just like, I don't give a darn. So, but just know that I am a person that you can lean on. I love you regardless of what you've been through, what you're going through. I don't judge. And I am just an honest, friendly person who luckily had people to support me when I was going through the things that I'm going through. And I want to be that hand or that person that supports other people, even if it's through Skyping, even if it's through texting, talking on the phone, emailing, whatever. I want to be a supportive person for you. And to tell you that you're not alone. There's many people out here. There are many people out here that have HIV and are dealing with it. We need to stick together, We definitely need to stick together, and we need to stop being so cruel to one another and just love each other. We're all family. So for the people who are HIV negative, I do this to educate. You know, you would be surprised. I got a message, and I'm not trying to call anybody out when I do this. I'm just being real. I got a message from someone saying, hey, you know, I have a question, but don't think I'm stupid. You know, when I was in school, I was told that you can get HIV from hugging and kissing and drinking after somebody. That's not true. So, you know, I sent an email back explaining, you know, how it's transmitted, you know, and blood, semen, vaginal fluids, breast milk. You know, I sent how HIV is transmitted back to her, and she was like, oh my gosh, I never knew that. That's a perfect example on how uneducated people are. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, medical information changes all the time with new innovations, with new discoveries. Some people graduated school in the 80s, some graduated school in the 90s, some schools didn't talk about HIV, you know, or STIs. So we can't fault people for that. But I do this because I want to educate people, let them know. Just because I'm HIV positive does not mean I'm confined to a wheelchair. It doesn't mean that I can't do the things that you can do. Heck, I will go out there and I'll run 8 miles. I've done it. I've run 5 to 8 miles. I work out. I look good. You know, yes, I'm a little socially awkward now, not as confident as I was before, but I'm still a normal person. I still deal with the daily things that people deal with. Going to work, paying bills, doctor's appointments, family functions, dating, education, going to school. I do all these things that regular people go through. And so do other people who have HIV. We're not different. The difference is we have good days, we have bad days, we have medications that we have to take. Sometimes there are some side effects of that medication and some long-term effects, which some are unknown because of new medications that are coming out. But those are minor differences. I do that to educate people. I do this to show people that I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of who I am, where I've come from, what I've gone through, my past. And I want to talk about that because anything I can do to stop someone my age from going through the things that I went through, I'm going to do. You know, I don't want my son, my cousin, my niece, my nephew, my parents, my aunt, my uncle, great uncles, whomever, friends, children. I don't want them to have to get sick, start developing symptoms, ignoring these symptoms. You know, go to the health department, deal with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, and deliver a message so cold and harshly, or have to go through these things. I don't want somebody to have to go through what I had to go through. I went through finding out I was HIV positive was a cold and traumatic experience, to be honest with you. You know, I was basically told, how do you think you did? I wasn't counseled. No one talked to me about it. I was basically tested. 15 minutes later, I went back in. I was told I was HIV positive. I was given a book about how to live positive. I was given a form with some places to call. And I was told if I didn't have any suicidal thoughts, I could leave. That's how I found out. Now, would you want to find out that way? I don't think so. But that's how I found out. And that's why I do this, because I don't want anybody to go through that. I want to be a method of prevention. So yeah, so that's why I do it. One, to show other positive people, or people who are dating, or friends, or family members who are positive, that I'm a support structure. I'm someone that's here. And for negative people, I'm here to educate, answer your questions, you know, try to give as much advice as I can. Or if you need help getting connected to care or finding somewhere to get tested, I can help you with that as well. That's kind of where I want to be at. So enough of that. I'm like talking for 20 minutes about craziness, but not really craziness, but stuff. So another question I was asked if I think about HIV a lot during the day. Not really. I mean, I will say that I love the topic. I love doing my videos. I love doing my blog. So yes, I am constantly thinking about things to talk about. But the virus within me itself, do I think about it a lot? I have days that I do. Some days where, like, if I'm very tired or I'm not feeling well or I feel like I'm getting sick, I do think about HIV. Just recently I started to have issues like another lung infection that got really bad, kind of similar to when I was first diagnosed with HIV. So I got really nervous because I was like, is my medication working? Am I gonna, relapse? Is a medication not working? Is the virus overcoming it? I got scared. I got paranoid again. So those are days that I think about it. When I get rejected by friends, or someone tells me that they don't like something I'm doing, or I just get negative feedback, I think about the virus. I do kind of think about it at that point, but generally on a normal day, do I get depressed or upset by it? No. This is something I've come to terms with, and I'm ready to move on with my life, and there's a bigger picture, and a bigger piece that I have that needs to be fitted into the puzzle. And draining myself with negative thoughts about HIV won't solve anything, so I really don't take much time to be upset about that. Ain't nobody got time for that, so yeah. Another question that was asked to me was, let me pull it up. Let's see. I'm trying to just look at questions, and yeah. So a good question someone asked me is, if someone who's HIV negative is dating someone or interested in someone who is HIV positive, if there's any advice, and I would say patience, especially if this is someone who just recently found out they're HIV positive, or somebody who hasn't really come to terms or still dealing with the issue. Patience, because it's a lot to deal with. It's like I've said before in my other videos, HIV it's no longer the death wish that it was, or the death sentence that it was in past years. Due to medical advances and medications, it's more of a chronic condition that's controlled by medication that suppresses the virus. But what I will say is that it's very much mental, because like me, you deal with confidence issues, you deal with rejection, you deal with just negative thoughts, and it can definitely affect relationships, especially if when I was in a relationship with somebody, and when I was diagnosed, I was still with that person, and even when we were together, that first night we were together after I found out, he was so worried about him, and he was like, oh my gosh, what if I am infected? What am I going to do? I put myself in this situation, and I know it meant no harm, but for me it made me feel guilty. It hurt me, because I felt like I compromised somebody's health. I compromised somebody's future. And so I did feel guilty. I did feel bad, and so patience is definitely one. Understanding, being educated on the issue, it definitely helps. And being a support structure. Just coming home or just calling them and saying, hey, how are you? Do you want to talk? Do you want to meet up for coffee? Let's do something. Let's get out the house. Just doing something. Keeping that person busy. Showing them that life goes on. Just being a good support structure really is important if you're dating or dealing or with somebody who is just finding out they're positive. For me, that's what I can say as my advice. And for people who have been long-term individuals who had HIV, I really can't speak much on that, but I would definitely say support. Everybody needs support in life. And when you're going through things, you need more of that. And just people to be educated and educate others to decrease this stigma, because you would, like I say all the time, you would be so surprised on how ignorant people still are. It's still an issue that's present in our society today. So yeah, definitely. So I've gone on for 23 minutes. I feel like I always drag these out, and I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I do, because I love talking to you guys. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so nice, and you guys mean the world to me. This has definitely been doing these videos has helped me become more comfortable with them myself. And it's given me the strength to really, or it's given me the idea of what I want to do with my life and the direction that I want to go in. And I definitely can't wait to share that with you. So I think that's pretty much it. I am going to talk about dating, but again, like I've said before, it's kind of a tough subject to talk about when I really haven't really dated. It hasn't really taken place. I really have been just focusing on me and getting myself together, because my heart is still kind of, as a person, I'm just still healing, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's definitely, something that I'm not gonna lie, I have been talking to people, and I have been opening my heart up, but to be honest with you, I am still very insecure with myself, and I'm still very, my confidence is still very low. So that's something that I'm working on. And change does not come overnight. Rome was not built in a day. So me being in a boot up relationship probably is going to happen soon. But when it does, and I have a crush on somebody, I'm not going to tell you. But it's Jesus. I have a crush with Jesus. So again, I'm just focusing on me right now. I'm focusing on my aspirations and my goals, and I really am focused on giving you guys more of what you want. Which leads me into saying, you know I am everywhere in conversations, but if there's definitely something you really want to talk to me about, ask me. I've had some of the questions I answered today. Side note, something personal. The Super Bowl happened, and Beyonce performed. Now, don't hate on me. I'm just gonna say it like I mean it. Just be honest. I think it was an awesome performance. I loved it. I think she did sing live. I was kind of upset when Kelly and Michelle came out and their mics were down. That was kind of shady, but Kelly looked good. So I wish they would have more success in their solo endeavors, especially Michelle. I liked Unexpected. I don't know who did. If you didn't, sorry, but I loved Unexpected. I thought it was an awesome album. But yeah, the Super Bowl performance was good. The actual game was really good. The power went out. San Francisco came back in the second half. It was good competition and good entertainment. So, just side note. But yeah, so again, from all my fans from all around that are my friends. I don't like to use the word friends because you guys are my friends. From my friends from around the world, from Europe, Australia, South America, North America, Mexico, Canada, the U.S., Asia. You guys are awesome, and you guys don't truly know how much it means to me to be doing these videos. It means a lot. And I hope that you guys are enjoying them. Any suggestions for change? I'm new to this, so I've done I think 11 videos so far. But bear in mind that every video is going to get better and better. But your input is definitely important. If I'm sitting in my bedroom like this and you think it's tacky, tell me. I'm just a country boy to some extent. My mentality is very simple and country, so for me this is comfortable. So it's easier for me to talk to you when I'm comfortable. But if you want to see me sitting at my desk, or sitting on a balcony, or sitting somewhere else, let me know. Again, I do this for you guys because you guys are my biggest supporters. You guys are the ones that have the questions. You guys are the ones that obviously like me, because if you didn't like me, I wouldn't almost have 2,000 views and almost 100 subscribers and 44 plus likes on Facebook. So yeah. Take a look at my blog, by the way, too. www.pauselifeofpatrick.wordpress.com. And also like me on Facebook, and that's facebook.com/pauselifeofpatrick. I'll post those on the side, and I'll also make sure they're rolling on the sidebar below. Sidebar below. Got it. My hands were all off. They were like, eh. But anyway, yeah, sidebar below. But again, reach out to me. Also, if you feel more comfortable emailing me about anything, feel free. Again, pauselifeofpatrick@gmail.com. If you want to talk or correspond about anything, send me an email if that works for you. So anywho, I'm out for the night. I'm just cleaning up. I went to visit my sister this weekend. I'll upload some pictures on my Facebook page, and also upload a video of me and my friend leaving to go there. So I'll have that for you guys too, just to kind of keep you in the loop of what I've been doing. But I went down to visit her, and we went out. And I just want to say I'm so proud of my sister. She has matured into such an awesome woman. She's definitely doing her thing, and I don't know, I was sitting back watching her, and I kind of got teary-eyed when we were out at a lounge, because I just watched her interact with people, and she was just doing a really good job, and she's just grown into such a beautiful woman. And this year, like I've said before in my video, that I'm focusing more on family this year. And I appreciate me taking the time out to be more family oriented, and it just hit me. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm 24 years old, my sister's 24, we're getting older by the day, and we're just growing into great adults. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. So I absolutely love you guys. Thanks for your support and your love. Always let me know what I can do to improve. If you have any questions, ask me. Hit me up on my resources. And we'll go from there. So my next video I'll have soon for you guys. But have a great day, night, evening, afternoon. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys rock. So, mwah, take care, and we'll talk soon. Okay? Later.